Hey everybody, today we're sitting down with Detective Kyle Pepper of the Bethany Police Department, and Detective Pepper is going to talk to us about internet safety. What are some of the things you've seen in your time here at Bethany? Earlier you said you've been here 4.5 years on the
Right.
police force.
Yep.
What are some of the things that you've noticed that we need to be concerned about as far as our life being lived on the internet?
Sure. The internet is a great tool. It can be used for a lot of good. They use it, a lot more in education, even at the elementary level. Kids are, using tablets in the classroom to learn and watch videos and stuff like that, which is great.
Yeah.
However, the flip side to that is, once you create that internet presence, especially as a child, there's predators out there that are going to seek you out.
Right.
And it sounds pretty aggressive. And it is pretty aggressive. Since I've been an investigator here for about 1.5 to 2 years, I've seen such a spike in internet crimes, specifically against children, which is very concerning. You get on Facebook, you create your account, and these predators, they'll do anything, to try to get your attention. They might clone one of your friends' accounts and send you, another friend request, and children may not think anything of it.
Right.
They might say, that's my friend, I'm going to be friends with them.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they're a victim. So it's very concerning. And then another thing that we've been dealing with regarding the internet is white collar crimes. So identity theft, fraud, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So
as a parent, I think it's probably the number one thing we could do is to just be aware of what our kids are doing on the internet.
Yeah,
and I know there's
absolutely.
various filters and safeguards that parents can put in place to try to help their kids be as safe as possible.
Right.
Do you know of anything particular that's a filter or safeguard that parents could use or get educated on to try to help their kids?
Yeah, Facebook, for one, they do have some parent options that you can get on there, and you can kind of, just kind of lock your child's account down in a way, to where
limit their access,
right? Like where you've got to kind of approve some of the things that they want to do, like friend requests and stuff like that, because that's the biggest thing. Is these predators will, try to be somebody else. Reach out to your child where they may seem, friendly, maybe a cousin, a classmate, something like that. And then the conversation starts and just spirals out of control and ends up in a bad place.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, and what about the the white collar crime, the credit card theft and stuff like that? What can we do, in your advice, in your opinion, to help us not fall victim of something like that?
My advice, again, the internet is a great place. There's a lot of stuff that you can find on the internet that you might not be able to find locally, or in the city. So, if you have to buy it online, go for it. Just make sure it's through a reputable website. If you can buy it in a store, go to the store. But just make sure that you're buying from a website with secure checkout, because a lot of the bigger websites, Amazon, sites like that, they do have kind of a security team that work for them that do their best to kind of keep everything encrypted when it comes to card numbers and stuff like that. So someone from the outside can't easily come in and steal your information.
Right.
So again, if you can buy it in a store, buy it in the store. If you have to buy it online, just make sure it's through a reputable dealer and not some third-party website if it looks sketchy, it probably is sketchy.
And also, just like we've always done, watch your bank statements and stay on top of that and make sure these are purchases that you've made, because a lot of times, nowadays with being able to pay bills online and order stuff online, there's a lot of times you could go and not even pay attention to your bank account because everything's kind of automatic these days. But we need to be vigilant and going back and looking into these things, making sure, no, I really was the one that purchased these things.
Absolutely. And a lot of these new credit cards and financial institutions are kind of getting up to speed with the apps and the technology side of things to make it more user friendly. So whenever you do check your statement, if you see something that doesn't sit right, you don't think you made that purchase, you can actually stop your card through the app or through the website.
Yeah.
And then you can go through the fraud department with your financial institution and get everything figured out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I sure appreciate you coming in and sitting
Sure.
down with us today, because this is something that we definitely need to be made aware of, that, we need to be watching our credit cards. We need to look after our citizens, and the most, precious citizens that we have are our children, our young people.
Absolutely.
So we definitely need to be vigilant of looking out for one another on the internet. So internet safety is a real thing, and keep an eye out and be safe, and you guys have a blessed day. Thanks, man, for coming in and
no problem
joining us.
Yeah, you bet.